Here from Wealth Migrate today. Just before we go on today, we're just going to wait for another few people to actually log on, and you can just have a quick read through to our disclaimer there at the moment. So we'll take about 90 seconds for everybody just to familiarize themselves, and we'll take it from there. Thank you very much. I think that's right now, so I think we can go on. Thank you very much, everybody. I think today, just before we start, I would like to introduce my esteemed colleague for the day, called Willie Illos. He's actually the head of our due diligence and our analyst, and actually vets all the deals and puts it through to the platform. And just a bit of a background about Willie. He's been in the investment banking industry for roughly about 18 years, is that right? And he spent some time in London with one of the bigger investment banks as well, roughly just around 2007 to 2009. And after that, he ventured back to South Africa, been involved in the financial analysis industry. He's a guru at setting up financial modules and Excel models. And Willie, just a big thanks for making time to chat with us today.
Yeah, great to be here. Welcome, guys.
And just maybe a bit of background about myself. I've been with the company for a little over a year now. It's been absolutely a privilege to be involved with such a forward-thinking company. Myself, I've been involved in the commercial real estate sector for just over 4 years, and it's just been a massive privilege to be involved in this change that we are bringing towards the sector. So I think what we're just going to do and go through the agenda, what we're going to touch on today, we're going to have a little bit of a chat on who Wealth Migrate is, where are we coming from, and then we'll be mainly delving into what's happening in the healthcare real estate sector. We'll give you a proper market overview, and then we'll go into some details on some of our current investment opportunities, more specifically today our Medical 7, and we'll touch on some can I say, principles and who our partners on the ground are, who we'll be getting involved with. So I think without further ado, thank you very much and for attending, and we'll look forward to have a good conversation. So let's go back. As I said, thank you very much for joining, and we will be discussing what's happening on the medical real estate field there today. Just for the people who are logging on the first time, just to give you some background on Wealth Migrate. If we can just go onto the slide there. Yes, so Wealth Migrate, in all, we actually bring transparency, independent insights and accessibility to the global real estate investment marketplace. And I think what's a big differentiator for us is we actually do this and manage to accomplish this through a listed environment, and that's a big differentiator from Wealth Migrate and any of the other crowdsourcing investment funds in America. We use our global investment due diligence system, also known as the GIDS, and this we use to ensure global consistency and safety, wealth preservation and sustainability in the real estate markets. Over the last 3 years, we've concluded just over 6 commercial real estate investment projects, and in total, the values and the assets under management has just recently exceeded over $100 million. And I think that's one very big feat, specifically for a company out of South Africa, a small startup entrepreneurial company. How we've come across over the last 3 years, and the growth we've shown is really significant. And maybe just to give you a bit of an overview of the typical projects we get involved in, we have growth investment opportunities, which typically range from 18 to 36 months. This is where you'll normally partake in a development, whether it be an office block or a high-rise apartment building, and you actually get the opportunity to be a co-developer, and this is actually groundbreaking, and this model of us is very exciting. And on the other side, we've been more involved is on income investments, where we actually acquire existing properties that's got a current contractual income running. We buy this to actually gain a secure investment cash flow from our hard currency first world income. And these are mainly our core focuses up to date. if you have a look at the different returns that our opportunities actually offer, the internal rates of return range from about 12 to 19.5% per annum. What that actually means is over an investment period, you'll receive an annualized return of about 12 to 18%. And the dividends on our income projects are typically paid quarterly, and they yield about roughly 7 to 9%. I think just before we go on, I think just to give it a little bit of a background, we want this to be a very interactive session. We want you to be involved. You're welcome to participate. You'll see there in your chat box, you're welcome to, if anything pops up during the webinar, you're welcome to ask us any questions, and we will start actually working with you and answering some of those questions while we're going through. I know that we did say actually we're going to have a little competition today for everybody who is online, and just about that, we will be giving out a hard copy of Scott's Property Going Global book, and I think maybe if you want to stand a chance to win that, I would ask you to actually log onto the website at wealthmigrate.com, go and look in at Medical 7, the SG Properties investment that is available. Go and see what the return calculator can actually calculate, and I would actually give the prize to the first investor who can tell me what will the actual return be if you punch in $127,000 invested in this project. So that will be our competition running for the day, and the first one that we see through that will actually win a hard copy of Scott's Property Going Global. This is just a quick look at the opportunity that we are having available. Well, it's launched 2 weeks ago, and it's called the Medical 7 from SG Property, and it's located in MacArthur, the Medical Plaza. I'm just going to hand over to Billy quickly to give us a little bit of an overview on what the GIT system is and how we look at these type of deals.
All right, yeah, thanks, JP. What we usually consider and it is important and is forming part of the GIT system is, firstly, we look at the sector preference, location, population growth, financials of a deal, the risks surrounding the deal, meaning not just the property itself, but as well as the macro and micro risks that we have to consider. Does the investment offer a value play, and what is the sponsor track record? All these combined forms part of our GIT system, and according to this, we weigh all these different aspects into giving you a number. And yeah, and this is basically also the points that we will, during the course of this session, cover.
Thank you very much, I think it's an imperative thing for us to have and to ensure, as we said, global security and global sustainability in our returns. Just to maybe touch a little bit on the medical real estate and why is Wealth Migrate so attracted to this, and why is it for us an appealing sector to be involved in. I think, firstly, according to the DLA Piper, which is it's a major research firm in America, and they have been quoting the healthcare sector as the most attractive specialized investment sector over the last 3 to 4 years. This has also been, can I say, confirmed again in their latest report late last year. So the sentiment in this sector is very healthy, and underpinning that good value is a consistent demand due to the strong medical office space that's been actually experienced on the markets at that side. From a Wealth Migrate perspective, Henny Besaidenout is our chairman at Wealth Migrate. He's been involved in the medical developments in South Africa, and he's been investing in healthcare real estate for the last 20 or 30 odd years. And he says doctors are typically the best tenants that you can have, and one of the main reasons is that they typically sign very long-term leases. Now, reason for that being is that, firstly, when doctors move into a place, it's very expensive to move in those expensive equipment. So that means the tenant installation cost is very high. They've got very advanced and sensitive or difficult technology that they need to move. So they kind of secured into that place for a very long time. And from an investment perspective, what that means is we've got a secure cash flow, and that's one of the ultimate things we are looking at. You'll also see that I think in your own life, have you ever noticed a doctor in your personal life who actually moves an office? And logically, they don't typically do that because they're patient-centric, or their patient area in the geographic is their core business. So why would they up and go and try and make a new name for themselves in different markets unless they really have to. So the long-term lease and the demand for space in that area is a very big positive, and that's one of our core focuses and main attractions to the healthcare sector. You'll see there that the vacancy are currently at a 9-year low at the end of last year, and this is also once again underpinned due to the continued demand due to some of the above mentioned factors we just spoke about. The sector is currently shifting to a more patient-centric care delivery model, or what that also means is an off-campus demand model, meaning that doctors typically start taking their practices maybe a little bit away from the actual hospital, where people can come into a day clinic, get all of their sicknesses checked out, get them all sorted out without actually checking into a hospital. These on-campus medical officer space continues to rise in demand due to these expansion programs currently happening in the markets, and due to this happening, the current demand is consistently compressing the cap rate. So what that effectively means is actually there's a big value add just to the trends and the growth in the areas that the cap rates are compressing, meaning that your property will actually appreciate in value over a little bit of time. Maybe to focus a little bit more on why we believe Texas is a good opportunity and a good market to involve this. Texas is an at-will state. What this means is, can I say, employers, they can fire and hire at will. So if somebody is in my organization, he's not producing the goods, I don't have any issues actually firing him, getting him out of my organization. And what this effectively means is that the production is going to be a lot more efficient, which is ultimately good for business. A very big consideration for us is that the medical malpractices are capped in the state of Texas. What this means, I believe you can confirm it, I think it's capped at $1 billion specifically for those doctors. But what this means is effectively doctors do make mistakes, but they cannot be taken to the cleaners and lose their entire business. So there's a business security in the state of Texas, which is also a main attraction to and incentive to attract doctors to the area. There's also no state income tax for goods in transit tax payable. So this is a major attraction for businesses to actually move into Texas. You'll see that the annual economic output currently exceeds $1 trillion. Also, Texas is the largest exporter of goods in the USA. They gross currently about more than $260 billion a year in trade. If you have a look at also their gross state product is actually bigger than Australia and South Korea. And for a state in itself to achieve economic output of that is really significant. It's also, as you'll see there, the second largest population in the United States, just behind California. They are forecasting growth to about, I think, more than 40 million residents in the next 9 or 10 years. So that's also underpinning of one of our values. We always invest in markets that has strong population growth, and that's just actually confirming one of our core market strategies and values we invested. If we take a look at 80% of the state's population actually do reside within the Texaplex. Now, for those of you who don't know about what that is yet, the Texaplex is you can call it a triangle of 4 states, and it's formed by Dallas, Fort Worth, San Antonio, Houston, and Austin. And what's significant about this is these are actually recognized as hotspots of innovation, opportunity, and growth. And we tend to try and take advantage of opportunities within these areas. Maybe moving over, Billy, do you maybe want to shed some light on why Dallas Fort Worth in Texas is so attractive at the moment?
Yeah, no, thanks, JP. Dallas Fort Worth is basically made up, or Fort Worth is next to Dallas, just to the west of it. Both these cities have grown to such an extent that it's actually grouped together, and it's called DFW. And what is quite just an interesting fact there is that the first convenience store, the 7-Eleven, started in Dallas and is still headquartered there today. The integrated circuit computer chip, the microchip, was invented in 1958. That's just some interesting facts to note. But the more important thing for us is it's one of the biggest cities. One of the things that is part of our investment criteria is that we're looking at gateway cities. And because of this, it's not only just a big city, but it also has been one of the fastest growing metro for the past decade. Like JP already mentioned, that's also one of the important things for us. There need to be population growth, either by people migrating to that particular state or town, or basically growing population-wise through births. What we've also seen is that they are forecasting 10.6 million people to live in the DFW area, which is a 47% growth, as there's currently already 6.9 million people living in DFW. As I already made mention to, Gateway City is also very important, and that's why DFW Airport is the 4th busiest in the world. There's 174,000 people on a daily basis traveling through this airport, which is a great thing. And that's also one of the major things for us to consider is we don't want to be stuck with one sector in a particular town or state, and that's what's so appealing about Texas. Even though we know that Texas and specifically Houston are one of those towns that is renowned for the oil, and the oil belt is actually running from Texas up to North Dakota. This is why it's such a big hub, and the economy of Dallas is actually 20% of the GDP of the town is basically made out of transport and trade and utilities. That's about $77 billion per year just from the transport, and most of them are driven basically through the airport and the lines, the highways through the country. The GDP of Dallas is also projected to grow by 4.25%. Some of the awesome highlights and accolades that Dallas-Fort Worth has received is it's the most business-friendly city. It's number 3 in the hottest housing market. We've seen an abundance of growth to the northern side of Dallas, and that's one of the reasons why. It's also because of what JP mentioned, is that cost of doing business is 7% less than the national average, and for that reason, it makes it quite attractive for business to start up in Dallas. So when we look at the neighborhood, you can see it's quite well located, and there's a lot of hospitals in the area itself. The neighborhood is called Irving, and even though it's an established older area, it is still growing. We have seen in the past year it grew by 7.9%, and it's still forecasted to grow another 6.4%. 60